Welcome to the Everyday Leader podcast, where conversations inspire action, growth, and impact. Hosted by two passionate leaders, Shannon and Conrad, this podcast is for those who strive to lead with purpose and integrity in their life. Whether you're navigating big decisions, seeking balance, or dreaming of creating change, we're here to help explore the tools, stories, and insights that help everyday leaders thrive. Join us each episode as we dive into the art of leadership at work, at home, and in the world. Because leadership isn't a title, it's a way of being.
Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Everyday Leader podcast. Shannon here. I'm here with Conrad, and we are going to start. We're definitely not going to finish or complete a conversation around this entire topic, but we're going to start talking about a topic that I've been hearing a lot about and talking to others a lot about, and Conrad, you may have too, and that is what we mean by masculine and feminine leadership.
Yes. Okay.
What have you been hearing? Yeah, what have you been hearing out there?
I've been hearing that, and the thing that I want to start this conversation with is looking at this not based on how a person identifies or if they are a male or female or have different gender. It's leadership in this context is about the two different energies
Mm-hmm.
of masculine and feminine.
Yes, and I think
I've been hearing it get collapsed. That's why I say that as a distinction. It's like, oh, this person is a male, so they have this type of leadership, and that's not true.
yes, exactly, I think the collapsing. I like that you use that word. I think the collapsing is especially, or even the oversimplification of it is actually quite harmful. Because then we start giving labels to, that's like a woman leader, that's a male leader. And then there's all of these assumptions around, oh, they must have this type of leadership or that type of leadership. And so it is important in coming to this topic that we're referencing that we're talking about energy, which is also not something that you typically we talk about it when we talk about leadership, but not everybody does. It's definitely not the kind of thing you would necessarily hear about in your corporate America leadership training program.
Right. Right. And we take a stand for that. These are two primary energies, the masculine and the feminine. And what you may hear said is that generally masculine has more of a action to it, or just
Mhm.
using my hand right now, like a movement, even like there's a movement in masculine, like moving forward, going forward, action, taking a stand. Generally you'll hear that in the masculine sense, the masculine energy. And then on the feminine side is space and holding and openness and heart.
Mhm.
It's got, I'm holding my hands outward. It's got like a openness to it. So that's, as we start to talk about this conversation, we want to invite you to reframe this and look at the leadership attributes within you that may have more action or masculine, or that may be open and inclusive, like with feminine energy.
Yes, and effective leadership requires both.
Yes, it does.
Okay? Effective leadership requires both. And we all, regardless of how we identify, have potential for both of those energies, both the feminine and the masculine energies.
Yes. Over-indexed either way is not effective. The range of being able to go to either end of this spectrum is needed. your leadership range. So story, have a client that is really in touch with their feminine energy, great holding space, nurturing, loving, heart, compassionate people in his leadership absolutely love him and just really, really deeply connected with his team. And the interesting thing that he brought is they weren't getting anything done.
Right.
Right. And it's not so we explored more of to be in touch with the masculine, the action, the getting stuff done energy that is within him and being able to access that when it's needed.
Yes. That's awesome. That's great. That's a wonderful example.
And there's plenty of examples of either side. And what we want for us in this conversation and the question that we are in is not about finding the exact right amount in a static sense. It's about
hmm
finding the right amount for what's needed as a leader in different ways.
And in different moments, depending on what you're in service of.
Yes.
It's all very situational.
And we know this, Shannon, you have to know what's what in order to be a choice and agency to choose. I want to dial
hmm
up some steadiness. I want to dial up some nurturing. And if to have access to both of those, feminine
Yes.
and masculine.
Yes. Yes. So we're just getting started. I'm sure we'll have more to say about this. And for now, I think, Conrad, you can add on to this, of course, but what I really want to encourage our listeners to think about is what are some of the assumptions that they're making about,
Mm.
feminine and masculine leadership energies, and what do they know to be true for themselves? And where might their leadership be more effective if they turned up the volume on one or turned up the volume on another?
Love those, Shannon. Great inquiries on that last one too. Turned up the volume or turned down the volume on something
Yeah.
that may be a default for you. If it's natural for you to go to feminine energy, what would it be like to turn that down and make room for some masculine energy?
Yeah. I love that. All right. Until next time, be well.